Yes, good, still morning. First of all, I would actually like to address something you didn't, because I would like to congratulate the Faroe Islands with 2 Nordic Council Prizes this year. The first one, I believe, in film ever, and the first in literature in, I think, 39 years, if I'm not mistaken. So congratulations on that. The question, however, is of a little bit more serious character. I would like to address it first to Madam President von der Leyen and Norway and Iceland. Feel free to add on if there is anything. In the Readiness 2030 plan, there is a will to have a more stable and a more strengthened defence cooperation within the European Union. As you, of course, are aware of, 2 of these countries are not part of the European Union. And does that make, or do you see any challenges with that, or how long are you willing to let these countries participate in such a cooperation? And is that a problem or a challenge that they are not part of the European Union? Thank you very much.
It is a vital asset to our security in the European Union to have Norway and Iceland by our side. Because if we think about European security, we have to think about continental scale. And therefore, I know by experience that Iceland and Norway have to bring a lot to the table. Of course, both Nordic countries, Norway and Iceland, are also members of NATO, and we are working very closely with NATO. Just an example, NATO set the investment goals of 5%. But of course it needed the enabling factors in the European Union, like the National Escape Clause and the Safe Funding Programme, to make this then happen. And both countries have joined SAFE, the Joint Procurement Programme. We have a security and defence partnership signed with Norway. We are in good talks with Iceland. So with all these elements, you hear how important, how vital Norway and Iceland are for our security in the European Union.
Well, I'd just like to second what the President has said. I think that President von der Leyen has been very attentive to Norway as a partner. So through the EEA agreement, we have a legal framework that gives the opportunity to also engage in new programs. So on these procurement programs, Norway can contribute, and we can compete for projects which are put out there. And I think this very much follows from our first issue of security, because this is how Europe can deliver on security, that we can much more work in an integrated way on our defence capabilities. And I see that has been very smooth in our relationship with the European Union. And of course, they are, broadly speaking, our NATO allies and partners. So this has been smooth, and it will continue to go that way, I think.
I don't really have much to add to both what Ursula and Jonas said. I mean, I think at every level Europe is reaching out. It's reaching out to like-minded countries. Iceland and Norway have always been a part of the European family, even though we're not fully integrated into the EU. It's been a very, very valuable partnership for us, and I don't see that changing. But we are aware of our strategic position. I mean, our value add when it comes to, for example, NATO has always been where we're situated geographically. And I would be of the understanding that the EU is aware of that as well. But we also have to do our part. We have to invest in our infrastructure. We have to show that we are a good partner as well. And we've only seen positive engagement when it comes to security operations. We've discussed, for example, access to funding when it comes to data cables or security of critical infrastructure. And this is something that the whole of the region shares, especially, I mean, the Nordic region. So I have nothing but positives to say about the security element here.
Thank you. And then we